on camera looking like that.
Okay.
Was you back or you not?
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody forcing you to be back.
I want you back.
That's not funny, Mommy.
Okay. Just making sure this is what you want to do because you had told me you quit. You back?
Okay.
Oh, welcome to Shoot the Shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight we are reviewing Kandi and the Gang, the old lady gang.
Stop calling it that. But still, smash the thumbs up button, and I will see you.
You'll see us at the end of this one.
Tuesday, Friday. I'll see you on Friday.
Oh, okay then. All right, y'all.
That's we can get around here.
So we start off with the continuation of Torrin and Philip bickering from last week, okay? And they're arguing, and Torrin leaves out saying you were just what everybody say you were. And I feel like that's the problem. Okay, that's part of the problem. I'll say that. That's part of the problem. Y'all came in, you, Brian, all of them had already got the tea on Philip. And then y'all came in with this preconceived notion of Philip, which Philip is hard, but y'all came in on ready. And that's part of the problem.
How come you couldn't just go, hi, I'm Taurus. Don Juan just told me to come over here, measure some things like for the event, and you are Philip, right? You know what I'm saying? If
Right.
Phil acted like an asshole, then okay. But
you can't come in being an asshole and then when you get that back, say, well, that's what they said about you in the first place. You came in with that energy and he gave it right back to you. So Torrin go to
chill just a little bit though, like.
Oh, Philip.
Like, yeah. I feel like the way he communicates is such a like talking down to people. Cause like even if they come like you already know, you came in there to fix the situation. They raggedy, we got that. But your approach, like talking down, like okay, I ain't gonna lie, it was funny when he said it to what you call it, Chandrilla about arguing with people on hourly wage. That shit was funny. But him talking down to everyone, like I don't know, like what response you think you're gonna get.
I get it, but I felt like in the situation with Torrin came in out of line. Torrin came in like, I'm here, and he was like, you want to sit down and have a seat, or I'm gonna do what I do.
They all come in out of line because nobody has bothered to introduce him. Because Don Juan should have walked his happy ass over there and said, Philip, this is Torrin, he's gonna be doing this, you know what I'm saying? So
I said the same thing when it first started. I said, Kandi, y'all right about the way y'all do shit. Y'all just send people over there and then expect them to do what? They don't even know who he is.
What if you're like at my work, like let's just say I was the manager at the salon or like the front desk person, and then some stylist walks in with all of her shit and says to the receptionist, yeah, they told me to come on in here, I start today. And the receptionist is gonna be like, okay.
Okay, right. Right. So Torrin goes to Kandi and he tell her he don't care for the changes at the restaurant, particularly Philip. He said he came in bright and in a good mood, and then Philip tried him. I was like, is that what happened though? Is that how you came in, really?
I mean, to me, there were a couple of gay boys going at each other in a
That's
way.
exactly what it looked like.
Piss on their territory.
So Kandi goes and speaks.
Who's the most fiercest around here? I am. I'm Torrin. No, you're not. I'm Philip. I'm about to show you.
So Philip goes to speak with Don Juan. Kandi goes to speak to Don Juan and Philip. And Philip says he don't need Torrin around there doing an event. If y'all want to hire him, then y'all can deal with them because I'm not dealing with that. And in the confessional, Kandi was like, I pay you, you don't pay me. You don't tell me what you're not gonna do. But at the table, she tells him, you know, you're gonna have to deal with them. When we interviewed you or when we talked to you, you said you were used to dealing with difficult situations. This is a difficult situation. You're gonna have to deal with it. Yeah, that was a bit much. That was a bit
But
much.
then what is he understanding though? What is he supposed to do? Like, is he there every day or is he there like how, what is he supposed to do? Because if I'm supposed to be managing the situation, how am I supposed to do that if I don't know what's going on?
It seemed like that, just like how they told Philip, how they told Torn about Philip, Don Juan and told Philip about Torn, because Don Juan had already said he ain't really want Torn there. So I feel like that he filled Philip in. So Philip also had a preconceived notion against Torn. And that's why he was on ready, because Don Juan had already told him about him, as well as what he had already knew about Brian before Brian got there.
But I mean, again, if I'm supposed to be managing your restaurant, I'm sitting here doing paperwork or whatever, some dude just walks in measuring titles and stuff.
Right.
Well, what is going on?
And here's the thing. At that moment, he should have told Kandi when she said, well, you know, no, you're going to have to do it. I'd been like, well, he told me if I want to deal with him, I need to talk to you, because he don't report to me. He report to you. Because that's what Torrance said. If you don't like it, you could talk to Kandi.
I feel like they all feel like that, though.
And they all feel like that with Kandi, and they feel like that with Don Juan. I can go over you and I could talk to them, because you're really not the person I'm supposed to be dealing with.
We already had 10 managers.
And that's Candy's fault. That's Candy's fault. Child Torn go over to Patrick's apartment because he want him to help decorate. I was like, party planning, decorating houses is not the same thing, but okay. He got this big old cougar piece that he want to include in the apartment because he think his girlfriend is a cougar because she's 4 years older than him. Is she, Patrick? Really? That's not a cougar, huh? But I'm gonna let you have it because you know.
I feel like Torn would do a better job decorating than Patrick.
Well, you know, Patrick's so excited about that little parking lot. He probably decorate that parking lot before he decorate that house. Sure. Dom is 45 minutes late from work. Okay. There is no bartender. Your boy Brandon, he the one did the schedule, and he ain't, I guess, well, she late, so I guess he wouldn't have had nobody scheduled in that spot. The people say Dom always late, okay? And they said that Brandon allowed it because he kicking it with her. And that's exactly why I said him dating her wasn't a good idea, because we knew that's what the people was gonna say.
And if dancing is her priority, she should not be the lead bartender. The bartender should be there, like.
Right.
The main bartender should be there, not her.
Brandon said he acted like he unfazed about the whole situation because he spoke to her. Okay, she said she dancing, she'll be on her way.
She's not on her way. She's still dancing. That means she gotta go home and change. And they said 2 hours. I was like, that sounds about 2 hours. By the time she go home and change, then she gotta get through traffic to get to work.
And the Kandi, if y'all know that she put dancing over y'all, why is she the head one? She the one that's supposed to come in every blue moon when you need somebody.
There should have been a bartender and an opening bartender, not her. Somebody that opens.
Yeah.
And if she's late, then they're gonna be pissed that she's not there yet, but then you still have somebody on.
Somebody to cover. Right. Brandon on the phone with a plumber because the sink was plugged up. Let me tell you, they showed that sink. It was nasty. It was full of water. It was full of dishes. It had food and dishes floating in the water. I was like, even if somebody was coming, why wouldn't you get that mess up?
There's
out there?
dishes, dirty dishes under the sink, ketchup things on the floor.
Mm.
I'm gonna say
Mm-mm.
Brandon is doing nothing, but Philip, what are you doing?
Philip wasn't there.
Okay.
He wasn't there yet. So the place is chaotic. Brandon, he decided he just gonna sit at the bar and eat. Brian said, I need somebody.
In the middle of chaos, you decide you're gonna sit down and eat.
He looked like he's eating a whole meal. I'm talking about what she said, the chicken and all the stuff she was naming on the theme song. He had all of that on his plate. He was sitting back eating a good meal too. Not I'm just throwing some French fries in my mouth real quick. No, he had a whole plate. Brian like, we need somebody to make these drinks. And Brandon like, you do it. Because he over there stuffing his plate. So at this point, Brian's a little irritated because Brandon knows that he has been trying to stay sober. Yeah, so he don't want to be triggered. He like, you don't know if this is gonna trigger me or whatever. So
And honestly, taking it from the bar to the table is not the same thing as pouring that shit up and mixing it and smelling
Right.
it all up in your face.
And I thought the job of the manager is you supposed to jump in there wherever help is needed or manage or bring somebody else in to do it. You know what I'm saying? So Don finally show up 2 hours late.
Does he know how to make drinks though? Brandon?
Who?
Brandon. Like, what does he know how to
What
do?
was Brandon doing before he
Because
became?
when I was a server, I couldn't fill in for the bartender. Like, I don't know how to make drinks like that.
So what was his job before he became the manager? We don't know what Brandon did.
We don't know. We just know that he liked Dom and he went to work there because he liked her.
So she come in late complaining about the bar area being dirty. It was filthy. It wasn't dirty. Like you said, it was dishes all over the floor. This is why Kandi restaurant was failing. When we was hearing about it, this is why we was hearing why they was.
Don't want to eat it. Like,
No.
I don't want no parts of that. If they not serving hot salmonella food because the generator ain't a thing, then they got dishes and ketchup on the floor.
And that was the bar area. So if all of that was going on just in the bar area, what in the world do that kitchen look like? Ugh.
Grease everywhere.
I can't, y'all wouldn't have been able, I would have been like, we getting ready to take, and y'all better have this stuff in tip-top condition. There's no way you would take my restaurant looking like that.
Well, say that, you know, well, what's his name, or whatever her nephew, that's the kitchen manager, you could say he went to culinary school, so hopefully in culinary school, he learned good habits.
They said Philip and Rashard was over at the other one we was gonna go to, right? Blaze. Okay. Yeah, we ain't going to old lady game. We'll go over to Blaze.
Not if I gotta pay $10 just to park.
I mean,
and it's in line to go wait on the table.
child.
Because
So,
the food that may or may not be good in a restaurant where the air conditioner may or may not be working.
So Philip comes in.
For my tab. I mean, I can keep going.
So Philip come in and he asked Chandrilla how today was going. And she said it was a shit show. Don was late. The bar was a mess. They couldn't sit anyone at the bar till she got there. The whole restaurant was in shambles. And I was like, wait a minute, did she just throw her girl under the bus? She did. We just said you was late every day last week, but the one day you on time, you want to throw your girl under the bus? Interesting, Chandrilla. Interesting.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna say this because I'm not defending Chandrilla. Walking in on at 9 o'clock rather than before your shift late or being a few minutes late is not good ever. Never, ever, ever. Being like still at your dance class when you're supposed to be at work, that's
She 2 hours late.
level of I'm running late. Not I'm about
That's
to walk
still your girl though. You just supposed to be like, go talk to Brandon. See what he said. You still weren't supposed to throw her under the bus.
I don't know if I gotta cover her
Why?
ass times because she messed up with my situation. Now I'm like, girl.
Because I will say, Sandrilla ass was looking totally different than we had seen her the other day. She looked like her ass had been working. She looked hot. She had that hair back. It wasn't the whole look that she had.
Is it just me though? I think she's prettier that way. Like I was like, she cute without
She looked better.
all of that. Yeah.
She looked better.
Even like sweaty with the ponytail, I was like, she looked cuter than she did the other day.
She looked better, not cute. She looked better. Okay. He tells her though, Philip tells her, you know, but you didn't tap out. You kept going, and that's what's up. And they had a friendly little back and forth, and that was a good start for them. I was like, good job, Philip. Good job.
Which tells me that he's not that difficult to work with if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
If you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Because his whole energy was pleasant, like the exchange, like.
So Philip and some other girl, don't know who she is. Is she a manager too? Because where was your antennas at? When
She was some kind of intern manager, or so I guess maybe she's training to be a manager.
Okay, so then if you in training, you probably sit back like this, how y'all do? I don't think I want this job. So
and I'm assuming based on the way she was involving herself in the conversation, that she sounded like she was experienced. You know what I'm saying? Like they found someone that's experienced to come in, because I'm assuming that Philip's job is to turn the shit around, not to stay there. He's supposed to find a manager.
Because Philip is the manager at the other one. He probably gonna train her to come in and take it up. He probably trying to hurry up and train her so he can get away from them crazy folks over there. So he asked Brandon, how was the day going? And Brandon like, it's smooth. It was a good day, sure. He tell him, you know, we're gonna have to buckle down on staff, okay? And we gonna have to change us in order for the staff to get right. So no more sitting around on the phone, you know. And Brandon is just like, you know, I don't want to be strict to the people.
Been on the phone all day trying to see where is Dominique.
Either if she ain't there, he on the phone texting. If not, he right there in her face while she at the bar. Or eating. What else? What do he do? He was sitting on his phone when the lights went out. Child.
He even got the thing in his ear. Like, how can you hear what's going on when you got the earbud in your ear?
He listening. She got the other piece in her ear. They're talking to each other.
They're sharing earbuds? Wow.
Yeah. He got the right, she got the left.
She don't seem like she's as into him as he is into her, which I mean,
I hope she not. I hope she not. So the staff is hanging out once again at the bar. Brandon right there at it. Right there at it. Okay. Chandrilla, she bring her fiance June. Patrick was over on the sidelines, side-eyeing our boy, because we found out they had words in the past, and they show a flashback of Chandrilla and June outside, and Patrick telling her she need to get back to work, and then him and old boy having a little back and forth. Okay, Patrick, you ain't running shit from the parking lot. You gonna try to act like
She brought her new boo around and he got in his feelings.
He got in his feelings.
Yeah.
So Patrick took everybody, he gonna have a homewarming party. And Chandrilla said, you know, she don't think that's a good idea. She won't be coming. Okay. Would you have said that if your dude wasn't there though? I wonder. She said in the confessional though, so maybe. But no, she right. It ain't a good idea.
I mean, I understand why he invited everyone because everyone was sitting there, but I will respect mine because I'm not trying to bring my new nigga to my own nigga's house. And I'm quite
Y'all
sure
already got beef.
he doesn't want me there. He's just saying that because I'm sitting here. So
Right.
let's just.
Yeah. So Chandrilla checks in on Brian to see what he was drinking because she knew in the past he had issues with drugs and alcohol. But she checked in, wanted to make sure, you know, he was all right. He was all right. We'll give more to Brian later. So back at the restaurant, Brian and Rashard, they getting ready to go, they on break and they ready to eat. And Brian had them sit at the bar. And Rashard like, we can't sit at the bar. And he like, Brandon do. And he said, I'm following the leadership's lead. Petty as it may sound, that's what happens, okay?
Rashard is like, I think we're not supposed to do this, but he decided to convince Rashad to do the wrong thing.
Yeah, but here's the whole thing. As a manager, that's why you got to stay on your P's and Q's, because it ain't about what you say, it's about what they watching you do. You lead by example. And you just gave them a reason to be like, well, you do it. They know what's wrong, but they gonna try you because that's what
his whole attitude of I'm the manager, I can do whatever. I don't think so though.
he said, Mom, I ain't got no job duties. That's what he said. He said he just supposed to sit back and supervise everybody. He ain't got no duties, basically. I'm like, you got all the duties, dude. You the
not how management works.
Child, I can't.
All the duties are your duties, even if
all of them.
Plunge the
all
toilet.
of them.
You gotta do that
Man.
too.
And get that mess out of that nasty ass sink. Ugh, that was, you know, that water was stinking.
But I mean, okay, if you're overseeing things like you didn't even oversee a busser to clean that up. You didn't find a busser and be like, hey, we gotta get this stuff out of the sink. Like, if you're not gonna do it, you didn't even find somebody to do it.
You didn't even make sure that the bar area was clean. So when Dawn finally did show up, she can get right to work. Cause she still was going to hell how that shit was looking. If she cleaned it,
there, why was that
like an hour?
If she wasn't there, was it there from last night?
I guess so. Shit,
he was just throwing things around.
That probably was his shit. He was sitting at the damn bar eating. Shit, he probably just sat it back there. So Brandon come over and tell him, you know, y'all can't sit here. And jokingly, Brian say, I'm not sitting. And he like, that's what you're doing right there. And he like, okay, can you pull my seat out? And he gets up and he laughs, right? But Brandon goes tell Philip that he had to talk to them about sitting at the bar. And Brian was snappy, but he got up and moved. And then Philip say, well, I think we need to address this with Brian.
But why did Brandon didn't tell him he got up and moved?
I mean, was that something to tell?
I don't think so because he got up and moved and y'all are
he
like,
got right up.
Hanging out, being comfortable with each other. So like he wasn't being extra. He just said the shit in his Brian kind of way. So you actually started some shit because now all of a sudden you want all this respect. Like I didn't feel like he was disrespectful. Not in that moment.
He was laughing the whole time. He was just, it was nothing disrespectful. I'm like, that wasn't even nothing for you to go run and tell on. Right. Same one, like you said, you were just hanging out with last night.
Or he could have said, well, Ryan and Rashad were sitting at the bar, but I just, I had them move. So that situation got handled.
He went over there like he was telling. Is you the manager or not? Okay.
Good question.
Philip goes and talks to Don Juan about what happened, and he feels like Dawan feel Philip ain't ready, you know, because I mean, not Philip. Brandon is not. If Philip got to step in every time for Brandon, then it shows he ain't ready to be a GM. Okay. So they called Brandon and Brian over for a meeting to address what happened. Brandon states what happened, and then Brian was like, well, dang, I can't have freedom of speech. And then Philip, that got Philip turned up. And then they start going back and forth.
See, Philip, you weren't even there. So as much as I be having your back, you weren't even there. So there was no reason for you to even get that spicy and worked up because you weren't there.
He got spicy. Somebody he could terminate him. And he said something about, I've been in your shoes before. Brian, like, you ain't never been in my shoes. I wear a size 8. Was that a read? I was trying to, I was like, cause that really pissed him off when he said that. But what kind of, was that a bad read?
I don't think so. I think it was not the fact that what the read was. He just wasn't being humble in that spot, in that moment. But y'all know how Brian is, and y'all ask.
Y'all know how he was. Like I said, in this instance, Philip was on go because y'all had already fed him all this shit about Brian. Brian, now if he just, you playing too much and you ain't doing your work is one thing, but this right here, this wasn't that. This wasn't all of that for all of this to even pop up.
And he's irritated because he's probably like, bitch, he told me to get up and I got up. Like, why am I sitting here? Why am I
Right, I can't say nothing back to him. Same dude, y'all just sat back and kicked it with all night. Did y'all know that? Did Brandon tell y'all that? Did Brandon tell y'all they was just at the bar? Oh, Brandon, he failed to mention that part. Okay. Philip tell them that you tell Brian, your personality don't fit the atmosphere I'm trying to create. So therefore, you're going to be suspended. And Brian just yells and like, based off of what? At this point, I don't know if y'all noticed it. I didn't notice it. They've been inside the restaurant the whole time having this.
I know, like, whose idea was it to have this meeting in front of
Don Juan did that. Everybody watching the whole thing.
If I was at the table over there, I'd be like, I think he getting in trouble.
Right.
Got trouble over there.
And you know, we over there like, girl,
what's happening?
I like him. Don't get
crying.
Yeah. Come on. Don Juan at that point take Brian outside. Now you take him outside. You should have took him outside in the first place. He tell him he was out of line. But at the same time, he like, Philip, this is fight number 3 with staff, and I ain't got time to be refereeing every time you got to fight with one of the team members.
Well, I like how Brandon started that shit and was like, I'm just gonna go walk around the restaurant and see how everything is running.
Because when he go back and tell the story, because you know they're gonna talk about the next go around, Brandon gonna be like, that ain't my style. That ain't my management style. You know, I just had a conversation. He the one who suspended him. He the one who did that. You the one who brought it to him. And you already know that he don't like Brian.
And Brian don't like him because y'all set it up that way.
Right.
I think sometimes it's weird because a lot of times gay guys like Philip that are very masculine and buttoned up, they get real annoyed by flamboyant boys who, you know, for whatever reason for them, it's just not a good look.
I was gonna say that about old boy, but I don't know why he don't think he flamboyant. But the whole situation we just had on the family reunion, even though he's just as flamboyant. Zell. Yeah, same thing. He acted like he's so annoyed with that.
Yeah, but the difference is Zell is actually like, you annoyed by the thing that you look like.
That's what I said. He's extremely flamboyant. So I don't know why he didn't.
Right. I mean, Philip is very he was in the Marines and he's very masculine, and him and his
Mhm.
boyfriend are very, both of them, like, they're not like, you know,
Right.
Brian is a
Right.
whole other level of girl.
Mm-hmm. Don Juan tells Brian, well, Brian first say Philip is disrespectful and everybody says it. And he's like, well, everyone is not living Brian's life. And that's the one part you got to take in, because if you really need this job, you can't let everybody get in your ear, because they working, you wasn't. And he tells him that Philip is there to establish the mission that the owners want. So what Philip's saying at this point, go ahead, get your stuff. We'll talk about it when you come back.
But this is the thing, you didn't get sent home because of what happened with, hold on.
Brandon.
Hold on for a second. My battery is, damn it. But the thing is, Brian didn't get in trouble for his interaction with Brandon. He got in trouble for snapping on Philip in that moment. That was when he became insubordinate. Like, I get where he was coming from with his reaction, but your boy Brandon is the one that set you up. So in that moment, you should have just kept your mouth shut, because, you know.
It seemed like both of them, Philip and Brian, been waiting to snap out on each other because they heard about each other. The situation with Torrin. And
Torrin and Brian, we know they used to go together or whatever they was doing over there. So
yeah. So Don Juan, he goes and sit back down with Philip. Philip is still highly upset. And he says, it's not him, it's the employees that they hired. He said that he felt like Don Juan taking Brian outside seemed like it was okay for him to do what he did. Okay, because you like, come on with me. Don Juan tells Philip that your approach has to be different. Okay.
well, he
And
took him outside because he was being loud in front of customers, so he needed to be removed.
because y'all should have been outside in the first place.
Yeah.
He said him taking him away wasn't trying to undermine his decision. Philip is like, at this point, he's over it. He don't want
to walk his down.
Yeah. In the car, he says Don Juan is also part of the problem, and but he's gonna go ahead and have a talk with him so it don't hurt their working relationship. But do y'all feel like Don Juan part of the problem?
Yes.
Because they feel like as long as Don Juan is there and as long as they are allowed to go and talk to Don,
go over his head, like, forget what you
every
said.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, and I mean, not just that, like, Don Juan is part of the process. So if y'all are gonna be bringing people in without introducing this dude and setting a tone for, if y'all would have said, this is Philip, he's in charge. Whatever he says goes. Don't come to me, go to him.
Right.
You know, instead of sending them over there to go to work, like Brian showed up with his apron, like he was gonna go right back to where he was before.
Yeah, because he came in and said, well, I usually do this.
That ain't what you doing now.
Up and down. Yeah. Yeah.
And then he said, I heard about the changes. That's why I came back. What changes? The cameras? That's changed. And what you did here was how Philip is an asshole. So that made you want to come over there?
Yep. It was the cameras. It was the cameras you're trying to get on here. But yeah, it's changes, and he's trying to tell you about the changes, but you don't want to hear about the changes. Because is that what made you come back? No, it can't be the changes.
He said.
So Patrick visited his girlfriend Safari at work, child. He went over there to get him a little lipo in, okay? He tells her Torrin is decorating the spot. And she like, we don't need Torrin because I can decorate, okay? And she was like, you see, and it looked like that Tyler Perry movie when they had got married and all that stuff was
I
hanging.
want her to keep doing the lipo and let Torin go over there and help him fix up because she does her shopping at Tuesday morning.
Oh, okay.
Everything.
Well, he said she can have her way. He immediately was like, okay, whatever you want, you know. He tells about the housewarming party, and he told her that he had invited everyone, including Chandrilla, and she say, that's too much, and I should not have to be put in that kind of situation, so you need to uninvite her, and he do, okay? She right, I was like, she wanted this flat out, I'm gonna tell you what it is, and it is what it is, and I give her respect. We're gonna stop that right here. No camera time, no none of that. Y'all not gonna put me in that kind of
He
situation.
said that's why he liked her.
Yeah,
That's the Aunt Bertha quality.
that was
Yeah,
Bertha part.
Yeah.
Cause she a boss like Kandi. She got that mouth like Bertha. She feisty like Aunt Mama Joyce, right? And she not like his mama. Or she something like his
I
mama.
thought that was the sweetest thing. I was like, he like her for real. Because he just compared her to every person that's, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, that's sweet. Like he thought about it. And it all like, I was like, okay, I see
Yeah.
I see you know.
They cute. They cute together.
She's like, no, Chandra's not coming. What next?
And it wasn't an argument. Wasn't no talking around like the Scots. You know what I'm saying? He was like,
I think he was relieved. He didn't want to invite her anyway. He was like, oh no, we uninvited her together. We decided together that that's not gonna be a thing.
So speaking of Chandrilla, she gonna give OLG a water aerobics lesson, okay? Because we find out on the side that's what she do. She teach people how to swim on the side.
I'm glad she got something else going on.
The Y ain't paying that much, but okay.
Look, I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help. She said
okay. So you add the Y and Kandi and her sunglasses. Okay, Chandrilla. You got several income.
She got yeah.
Coming in. Okay. So Dom, she comes over there too. She said, Aunt Bertha, you look cute. She said, no, I don't. I don't like no damn swimsuit. I'm telling y'all, Bertha is now my favorite. I'll wait to hear what the hell Bertha got to say.
It's not gonna be pleasant. She's gonna say she hates it. Whatever it is. She ain't got
time. She ain't got time for it. Mama Joyce was in there geeked out, you know, because she the young one. Hey. You know.
Well, Nora too, who's my favorite, and she knew she looked cute. She had to spin around like,
Bertha did a little something, then she got on out. Okay. She said she had better things to do. Okay. She said she know what to do when she get in the bathtub. Okay.
But then she sat on the sideline and was
right. So afterwards,
completely leave.
Afterwards, they were sitting down eating because that's what they do. Y'all work out. It don't mean nothing because they gonna eat. Okay. Now we know where Kandi get it from because eating. They said
I like to eat too.
Yeah, I be eating through here. I got to eat my food. They talked about. They said Brian got suspended. And then in the confession, Kandi like, he just got back and he already suspended, and Todd like, yep, that's why we got Philip. Okay. If y'all keep Kandi out and Todd up in there, you probably wouldn't have as many issues.
But not for nothing, Chandrilla got suspended. She came back and her attitude was adjusted. Brian got suspended. Now, hopefully he knows that this is not a game. However you was doing it, and we're not doing it that way. So when you come back, keep disrespecting Philip and you'll get sent back home.
Fired, not suspended. So she asked Chandrilla, how you and Philip getting along? And she like, after the altercation, they ain't talk much, but then, you know, he saw her doing her job, so he stopped messing with her. So Mama Joyce like, you stopped doing what you did to get sent home. And she like, I ain't do nothing. He just sent me home. They like, girl, bye, boo. You knew what you was doing. Mama Joyce and what's your auntie name?
Nora.
And Nora sent back like, I like Philip. He no nonsense, and he don't be dating them girls. Bertha, I was like, nah, he ain't finna be dating no
The
girl.
old lady can't even know. They even know about Brandon and homegirl.
Right.
Joyce got that tea. Joyce went in there and got that tea. She told Nora they be knowing because the streets be talking.
She and Bertha said, well, I don't like when you put it on there. Okay. You put it on there that I said that I can't stand him. And Bertha ain't got nothing for Philip. I don't know, and Bertha, you don't like Philip. He ain't just like you.
She doesn't like anything. She doesn't like swimming. She doesn't look cute. She doesn't. And Bertha does not. Period.
Oh, Bertha.
That's your favorite girl.
Kandi says she wanna
She like Brian though.
She like Brian. They all like Brian. Kandi says she gonna have a talk with Philip, and then she wanna have another meeting with the staff. Torn, he meet up with Brian, and you know Brian fill him in, tell him he had got suspended, and he complains, you know, about Philip manager number 10, so he ain't too much worried about it. But like you said, come on, Brian, get your stuff back together. Torrance said to Brian, he let him know that he back. So if you need someone to talk to, I'm here to talk to you. It's a whole lot going on around. He said he distanced himself from Brian because he saw Brian doing some stuff that, you know, he ain't really like. And Brian
said drugs and alcohol. So
Brian, drugs and alcohol. Brian said he was drinking a gallon of vodka a day and doing drugs. And then he said he ain't realized that he had a problem till he had got quarantined.
I feel like quarantine messed a lot of people up there with the love. And I say that, like, for those of us that have family, we were not alone. Like, we probably got on each other's nerves and we were bored, but we were not alone. I cannot imagine being all by myself during that whole thing.
That was like a year, right?
A year or more for some people, just being alone.
Yeah. He said what made him change is that, you know, his sister, she took her own life. So
clearly alcoholism runs in their family.
Because when they found her, she had a gallon of vodka next to her on the bed as well. But Torn, he sit up there and he promised, you know, he could go moving forward. He ain't got to worry about it. He'll be there for him. And that's how that episode ended. Now, next week, Patrick telling y'all, Patrick said, Chandrilla said, y'all food don't be right. And then come to find out, girl, they got a video and Chandrilla talking shit. She said Kandi and Todd don't give no shit. What y'all gonna do about that? Y'all said she was loyal. You said that she was loyal, Kandi. That's why you kept her there, because it's about loyalty. Now you got her on tape talking shit.
What's up with that? Y'all recording people? Can you do that? Like,
Brandon probably did it because that's how he turned on his friends. Or Patrick being petty. It's one of them.
I ain't mad at Patrick. You're not gonna talk about my people in front of me and think I'm not gonna say nothing. I don't even want you to feel comfortable to do that. That's why.
Booty won all of that anyway.
It's a wrap now. You giving it
want to get on camera talking about he couldn't hang.
June, January, February, whatever his name was.
All right, y'all. So that is Kenny and the Gang, season 1, episode 3. I don't know where D is. I don't know if he gonna come because he acting funny. Because his sister showed up. D, you gonna close it out? Here he comes.
Smack that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel.
All right,
All
Wilson.
right, y'all.
Bye.